Hi there, welcome back to the Coffee Van Restoration Project, episode 16. This week, what we're up to, we've got to do these front lights and get the front end built back up again. So we've got the little indicator side light. The light unit has got a broken fixing. We're going to have to sort that out. So we're going to do a repair on that. We're going to put a new seal around that. We're going to refit it into these nicely new painted faces that we've got. We're also we're going to do the headlight replacement. The headlight on the driver's side is rusty and corroded and it needs changing. We've got a few issues with that, but we're going to get stuck straight in and overcome everything if we can. So yeah, stick with me and enjoy the video.
So if you remember last episode 15, that was, we painted these nice plastic covers for the lights, and we can now put these indicators back in. These are like an indicator and side light unit, just held in with the 3 screws there in the back. This one is the good one. It does need a little bit of clean. It's got a bit of muck on the top there, a bit of algae look, but we can sort that out. The other one though, this one has got some damage to it where the screws go through the actual mounting points that hold the lens on, and also you can see there that the rubber seal that goes around the light is perished and fragmented. So I take this screw out here and then the lens will just come off because the bottom clip is broken. Oh, there it is. Look at that. You can see it all in the bottom there, all pieces of plastic where it's snapped off. So what we're going to have to do is a bit of repair work on this. We're going to have to build a new mounting at the bottom using some epoxy resin so that we can fix that screw in and hold the lens on properly. We'll give all this a good clean and we'll remove that old rubber that's gone all hard and crispy and brittle, and we can make a new seal using some rubber with a sticky back on it, so we can make a really nice job of that. Now this is quick steel. This is epoxy resin, which you take the plastic off it and just work it in your hands. Just work it, rub it together, and eventually it turns to a stiff paste. I just get a bit of emery cloth on here and just rub this up, just rough it up so it's got something to get some grip to. And then this that we've got now, this quick steel, we just push it in and mould it to whatever shape you want. Within about 7 to 8 minutes, this stuff will go rock hard. And you can feel it getting warm in your hands as you're working and playing with it and just warming it up. As soon as the two chemicals combine, it starts to activate and it starts to generate heat, and then it goes off, like I say, absolutely rock solid. But you can mould with it. You can, if I put this lens cover back on, get the height about right with that quick steel, screw the screw into the quick steel and then unscrew it, it's going to create a nice threaded base for us to screw into. See, the top one's okay, that one's alright. We'll just get it lined up though, just make sure we're in the right place. And then we can screw this bottom on and just mark exactly where we need it to be in the quick steel putter. And you can see there we're pretty much smack bang on in the middle, which is great. So I'm just going to get it a little bit taller. We need to make it the same height as the other side, so it needs just a tad more. And we'll just keep adding to it until it's the right height, the right size. We've got to be careful we don't get it on the bulb, because otherwise we won't be able to get the bulb out. But once we get it up there to the right height, we can drop that screw through it, make a thread in it, and it's going to be as good as new. This stuff's brilliant. You can use it for absolutely loads and loads of different things. And hopefully now we'll be about right with this. We'll get it lined up. Just drop that screw through and then we'll screw that down into the quick steel and create a thread. You can actually thread bolts into this and all sorts, which like I say, wait till it's gone off, drill a hole down it and then put a tap through it and it will tap out. It goes that hard and it's that solid. But with this, we'll just put this screw through, gently bring it back out again. In this case, what I'll do is once I take the cap off it there, I'll just give it a little squeeze and just make the hole a tiny bit smaller, just so it's a little bit tighter, and away we go. What we've got here is some of this rubber draft excluding kind of foam with a sticky back on it. Obviously this is way too thick, but what I can do is just cut a tiny slither of it off, and we'll measure up around the outside of that lens just to get the right length. I had this stuff from when I built a kit car, and I used this around the bonnet to seal the bonnet down, save any vibration and stuff. But it's brilliant. I'll put a link in the description for it. And then we'll cut this little slither off, just using the scissors. And once we've got a nice edge around it there, we can peel the back off it and put it round where that old crusty seal was. Cuts through dead easy, really nice to work with. Good sharp pair of scissors. We'll peel the back off it once we've took out the old crusty one. So we'll pull that out, and then some of it's going to be stuck, I know it is. I'll probably have to get the scissors in and just scrape it out. Just a few crusty bits. And obviously that big blob of quick steel that we've put in there, that'll be unseen. Once the lens is on, it's not going to be visible, so it won't affect anything. We'll just get that. Oh, that's a tight bit there, look. Out you come. Give that a bit of work. Get rid of all that that's stuck to it. Get the knife on it, just scrape it around, make sure it's nice and flat, so it doesn't affect his new seal. We'll clean out this lens on the inside, get rid of all that algae. There's been some water in there for a good while. Look at him go. Yeah, that looks good to me. I'll make sure them screws go back through. Yeah, that's got it, isn't it? Lovely. Nice and hard, look at that. Absolutely rock solid. Good as new. In fact, that's probably stronger than the other side. So we can peel the back off this little rubber trim now and get that all the way round. It's a bit fiddly to get this backing off these, but once you get it started, it's okay. And we'll just start to feed that in all the way round. I put the start and finish on the side rather than the top, so that any water will just run off. Just peeling that back as we go round, just slowly feeding it in. Oh, and then just cut the little bit off to line it up at the end. Beautiful. Then we can have this lens cover back on again. Just line the screws up. We ain't going to go too mad, not going to absolutely reef these up, we'll just whiz them up with a ratchet screwdriver. Yeah, jobs are good done. Lovely. Ready to go back in the plastic. So we feed the wire through. And then we've just got those 3 self-tapping screws that go through the back of that and into the back of that light unit there. We can whiz those back in again. Yeah. Don't she look lovely? So really pleased with that, how that's gone in there. That quick steel repair on that backing has stiffened it up and made it nice and strong. The lens is now on there good and tight. We've got the new seal that we've cut down and put around the edge. So we're all watertight. Looking lovely. Ready to go back on the van. I'll pop a link in the description for the sticky back rubberized sealant stuff. I'll try and find some somewhere and yeah, pop some links in for you. So the headlamp, we've got this one here that's all rusty and corroded. Now, unfortunately for me, that side of the van has got a Sibby light on it. This one's a Du Cellier. I've bought, and we'll manage to get hold of one, a Sibby one. But typically the fixings on the back are different. These Sibby ones are held in with a couple of spring clips. This one is a twist and out kind of affair. Oh look, we've got a wasp's nest in there. So we're going to have to try and do something to get one to fit the other. Not 100% sure yet, but we'll have a delve and see what we can do. I've looked at getting hold of a new backing, really hard. There's obviously there's 2 different sorts. This Sibby one is really hard to get hold of. So we'll see if we can make something. If we can't, then we're going to have to find the scrap yards and yeah, rummage around over in France and see if we can get something. Oh, it's all good stuff, isn't it? Let's get this one out to start with. So you can see the difference in the clips on that. That's got these slide clips that go into the recesses on there. The new one hasn't got. The two that it has got are just screw threads with a point on the end of it. It's going to go in that way round. So, and straight is about there like that. What can we do? Can we make something to make it fit? I could make a hook up for that side so it hooks in, which is a bit similar to the original design. And then this one, I need something that will fold round and hold it into place. But obviously we've got all this movement. If that was there and it was holding it there. So the original design has this spring clip that you pull, the tab you pull, and then you release it off, and then it comes out the spring at the bottom there. So that's what we're trying to replicate, something along those lines. We'll get the Hoover in there, suck out all the rest of that wasp nest that's there, and any other bits of debris. Give us something to start on. Right, so take the new one, pop it where we need it to be. Just there like that. Centralise it. And we can mark out these points where they're touching on there. The central point of that is just there. And then we need the wire to come from there across. Oh, I just noticed that one, isn't it? So across from there to there. Whatever you do, don't drop it. Ooh. Now we're inside. This is the washer bottle. We'll take this out of the way, which then reveals the back of that headlight unit.
Here's the washer bottle, and we're going to have to do a little repair on this as well because it's cracked at the top, so I might have to fiberglass this somehow. We'll figure that out though, another problem. Now we can see the back of this headlight housing, which we can just remove the bolts and pop that out. Got a connector plug coming up here. Go into the headlight so we can just disconnect that. Without breaking, these connectors are all really brittle. There we go. I'll get the grips on there.
I'm using the mole grips on this because I can't get my arms round the side of the van, so I can clip these on and then undo it from the other side, knowing that the bolt's not going to spin and come off, and then pliers will just drop down once the bolt comes out. So as you can see there, I can just whiz that out, and when I hear the thud I know that that one's out. And we'll just keep repeating the process with the other ones. 3 fixings on this to hold that headlight backing in there. It's got a little bit of surface rust on it, but that's purely from the washer tank that was in front of it. That will clean up. It's not gone through, it's not made a hole into anything. And these are the screws on the other side, so I'm undoing these, and that little 10mm nut where the vice grips is on the other side. There we go, that one's out. Just pull the screw out. And with a bit of luck then we can attempt to free this off. I know it's going to be tight, it's going to be a bit sticky. This hasn't been out for a good number of years. But it's got like a rubber washer spacer behind it. I don't want to tear it, so I've got to be ever so careful trying to just gently prise it away and hopefully not damage it. And it looks like it's coming off okay. It's a little bit sticky in that corner.
Feels like the seal wants to come with it. Some of it
Here we go.
There you go. There we go, look. The old blue line, look. Right, let's get to trying to figure out how we can mack all the light into here.
So we'll go over to the workbench and we'll peel the rest of this rubber off of the back of this headlight unit. There's a few bits that are stuck there, look. We'll just gently do it, gently prise them away. Apologise for the chainsaw. I think the next door neighbour's having about 10 trees chopped down today.
Right. Good, good. What's that sorted? What I've got here is some stiff twisting wire that I can make the first loop with there. So if I make a nice round end on it by peeling that around the pliers, enough to get a rivet through it, would be nice. Something like that, then bend that sideways. Up and round, depending on how far we've got to go. Let's try it to about there, go round. There we go, we've got like a nice little doubled up coil there. And when that's in place, if I go over the top of that, peg that in, and there, like that.
So we've just got to drill a couple of holes through this outer casing to attach them to. We've marked it, we'll drill it just enough to get that rivet through. A nice little small rivet will hold that all together, one on each side. We'll get a little rivet in there and we can whiz that up with our nice electric rivet gun in it by Milwaukee. What a cracking bit of kit. Even these small rivets, it's really delicate, but it'll do it nicely. And we can hook that in, and yeah, look at that, that's going to hold it like a dream. And we'll get one in the top, we'll make a nice little bracket for the top as well.
So we've got the bottom hook in.
This top one's going to be slightly different because it's got that spring clip on the original one. We need to make something similar. There's like a little slot in this headlight, and if we can get a nice little piece that will poke through that we can fold over, that again will hold it all in place nicely. So I've just trimmed a piece of tin down. There, look, nice. I'll just grind that off. Clamp that in place, drill it, rivet it, and Bob's your uncle. We'll connect that bolt back up again with the plug. We'll hook the first bit in at the bottom. We'll slide that top bit through our new little bracket we've made, and then we can just fold that over on the top, and that will hold that headlight nice and snug into its new home. Just tweak it over a bit more, make sure it's nice and tight. Look at that, good as gold. One Sibby headlight fitted.
Change the bulb, just straighten that, pop the light out. Job's a good one. I'm pretty pleased with that, eh? That's good and strong. And on the back, the only ones, we've got a couple here that are just, I'll just take them back just a little bit there. The others are all behind the seal, and then we've got the other seal to go on top of that as well, so no problem there at all.
Only one thing left to do, and that's stick it back in the hole. We'll feed that wire through, get these lined up, and slide it back in again. We can whiz these bolts back up, hold it all in place. Yep, lovely. That looks really nice.
Right, we can get to fitting these nice new
painted covers. Get out from them, get the wire back through again. This side is the one that we did the repair on. The plastics, they are quite tight, but they're really snug, which is nice. If I just get it past that headlight there, here it goes. Get the 2 screws in as well. Just make sure we're lining them up. Just whiz them in there. One at the top, one at the bottom. That looks really clean. It looks absolutely lovely. That's lovely, right in the middle. Beautiful. We'll do the same with the other side. We'll pop that grommet back in its hole for the indicator in the side light. We'll feed that into the little rubbers on this side with the little lugs. This one's got a yellow bulb in it, that's why it's got a tinge to it. At some point I will change both the bulbs for a couple of halogen ones. Nice. Last but not least, we'll bring the grill in. Last video we spaced the bumper out so that it was dead nice and even all the way around, so we can drop this into its little rubber feet. We can slide one side in and then turn the latch on this right hand side to lock it into place. Just pop a screwdriver through there. It's got a little square locking tab through there, but the screwdriver fits okay. Oh, like a glove. What do you reckon to that? She looks beautiful, don't she? Oh, look at that. Really pleased with that. Really pleased.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. Another episode done, and isn't she looking absolutely beautiful? Really pleased with how that front end's come on. It all looks really nice and plush and shiny, and yeah, really pleased. That's another job done. We're going to crack on next week with, well, further into the project. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do next week, but we're going to get it stuck in and do it. We've got to get on the interior, possibly put the floor in. Yeah, so stick with me and see you in the next episode. All the links for everything will be in the description below. Please like and subscribe. Drop me some comments. Always love your comments. See you in the next episode.